Let me begin with a little story. Do you know this person named Gandhi? Yeah? Do you know? Who is he? Yes, India. Wow, good job. Yeah. Who's your mom? So Gandhi, about 80 years ago, when India was fighting for the independence, from Great Britain, he was a crucial role there. There's a very interesting story about him, about Gandhi. So one day, this mother and her son, maybe like a 13 years old, so they they made an appointment with Gandhi because this boy had an issue. Basically, he was eating too much sugar, in his food. So mom thought that if Gandhi, he's an important figure. So if Gandhi says something to my son will listen to, his word. So mom and the son, went to have a conversation with Gandhi. So the Gandhi, after hearing all this, Gandhi says that, can you guys come back in 2 weeks? So, okay. And then after 2 weeks later, the mother and the son, they went to see Gandhi once again. And then the Gandhi says that, my little friend, please eat less sugar. Eating too much sugar in your food is not good for you, And then the boy said, okay, I will listen, I will respect. And then all of a sudden, the mom was kind of curious that, Gandhi, how come you didn't tell us that 2 weeks ago? Why do we have to come 2 times? Just that simple phrase. And then Gandhi said that, well, 2 weeks ago when you came, I was eating too much sugar too. So during that 2 weeks, I cut down my sugar. And now I'm ready to tell your son that please eat less sugar. So that's the important part of the story. So in the gospel today, Jesus, there's different points, but I want to focus on this part where, how come you notice a splinter in your brother's eye? Splinter means like small little piece of wood in your brother's eye. But how come you do not recognize the wooden beam in your eye? Like you can think of this as a whole, like wooden beam in your eye. It's actually hyperbole, like exaggeration. That basically, how come you're so forgiving about your own faults, but how come you're so critical about someone else's small faults? You have to correct your bad habits first before you tell others what to do. Because you have a bigger issue, in a sense that you're dealing with a bigger issue compared to another friend who might have a smaller issue. So I think the good example could be like, if you say your friend's saying a lot of bad words, that if you want to say, don't say that, it's not good for you, it's bad, I don't want to hear it. But if you yourself use a lot of foul languages and bad words, and your friend will not listen to you, you need to correct yourself first, right? When you correct your bad behavior first, and then when you tell others, then the other person is ready to listen. Also, some of the parents, if you want your children to use less like phone and the iPad or something, but you yourself use your phone all the time, then I don't think they will listen to you, right? Mom, you're looking at your phone all the time. How come you're telling me not to look at my phone? So we have to first correct our behavior first before really kind of tell others what to do. In a sense, as a priest, I'm saying this to you, but also I'm preaching to myself too. Don't do this, do this. I'm telling you, but also at the same time, I'm telling to myself too. Because I'm a priest, I'm in a position to tell this. But sometimes when I preach, this is all about me too. So it's in a way it's a humble experience that I get to say what is correct and teach you. But I realized that I had to be a really good example first in order for my words to be really effective. One thing, looking at this, one important thought is that actions speak volume than just words, right? So just instead of just saying words, if your action can support it, it has more power in it. It is really important for you to come to church on Sundays, right? Even if you go to high school, right? Yeah? So I think that our high school students they are a good example to many of us, especially the younger children, right? Especially those who have received confirmation. Who received confirmation in your high school? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So those students are a really good example to many of the younger students. Because later on, when your school work gets busier, you might feel tempted. Oh, I don't want to go to church. I rather want to do my homework. But look at them. They are busy. They receive confirmation, but they realize that coming to Mass is more important. So because of them, I can say to you that many of the younger students, they come to Mass when you get older, even in high school, when life get busier, because you need God. So thanks to all the high school students who are here, and. So today, let us examine our hearts first, that if anything we need to correct in our lives, correct them first. And then when we see the faults of others, we can gently guide them. Amen.